Good morning. So in this video, I want to introduce you to the first lesson in Sanskrit grammar. In the previous video, I explained the meaning of the invocation that the author Bharadharaj makes at the beginning of his text Laghu Siddhant Kaumudi. In this second video of the series, I want to start with the 14 sutras that are believed to be given to author Panini by Lord Shiva. There is a mythological story regarding how Panini, the classic writer of the Sanskrit grammar, obtained these 14 sutras or formulas or aphoristic phrases. I would like to call them as aphorisms in the sense that they are pithy, tiny phrases like conceits, and they contain the whole knowledge about the grammar of the Sanskrit language. So let me first help you with these 14 aphorisms pronunciation. So I will try to pronounce them clearly, and I hope you can imitate or you can practice yourself. So here we begin. The first phrase or first sutra, first formula is a, like a in cup. When you transcribe CUP cup, that U becomes a. A, E, U, Ana. We don't have this letter Ana in English language. It's like an A. A, E, U, Ana. I un. We say it I un. A separate, E separate, un together. I un. A, E, un. I un. Re, lyric. A, ong. Re, one. Lyric together. Re, lyric. A, ong. We don't have nga in English. It's like ng in in going, the last G-O-I-N-G, going. A, ong. I, ouch, like chair, in chair. I, ouch. Haya, varat. Lan, nasal la, nasal la, lan, ya, ma, nga, ra, nam, yamagananam. Jha, we don't have this sound in English. Jhavaya, gha, dha, dhas, we don't have ga in English. Gha, dha, dhas. Jaba, ga, da, dash. Kha, fa, cha, tha, cha, ta, tab. Ka, fa, cha, ta, tha, chat, tab. Then we have ka, pa, ya, sha, kha, sar, sha, kha, sar, hal. Once again, I, un, re, lyric, a, ong, I, ouch, haya, varat, lan, ya, ma, nga, ra, nam, ja, va, ya, gara, das, jaba, gara, dash. Ka, fa, cha, ta, tha, chat, tab, kapaya, shakhasara, hal. These are the 14 groups of alphabets, or let's say letters, which are believed to have been produced from the sound of an instrument that, according to mythological stories, Lord Shiva played during his cosmic, during his cosmic dance as he appeared in front of the sages Sanak, Sanandan, Sanatan, Sanatkurmar and Panini Muni. They were doing penance. Lord Shiva appeared and he was happy to meet them, and he played tabor-like instrument. This is an instrument that looks like an hourglass. If I need to draw, you can do like this, and these are the, let's say, there is leather on both sides, and there is a stick with a bead tied to it, and as you play like this, the bead hits the leather surface, and then you have the beating sound like you play drum. So Lord Shiva played this tabor-like instrument. We call this in Sanskrit or Hindi as damaru. And from this beating, 14 beads were produced, and these 14 sounds were interpreted like this by Panini. Once again, I un re rik e ong I ouch hayavarat lan yamagananam javaya gadadas jabagadadas kafa chatata chatatab kapaya sakasara hal. Now, what is the purpose of these 14 sounds then? What is the purpose of these 14, let's say, formula or sutra or theories or conceits or aphorisms? I don't know exactly what to say in English. I don't know the exact word for sutra. Sutra is let's say, an aphoristic phrase or a statement that can be expanded to make a lot of meaning. So what is the purpose? Then there is another formula in Laghu Siddhanta Kaumadi, the book that we are going to study now. And the formula is Anadi Sanya Arthani. Anadi Sanya Arthani, which means the nouns like an, ak, ang, ach, at, these formulas, they are for creating words, creating nouns, sanya arthani, an, adi, an, etc., an, adi, an, etc., sanya arthani, the nouns, arthani are for creating nouns. So these 14 formulas are to create further nouns or further words. For example, you just pick up the O vowel from the first group, and then pick up the consonant from the same group, and remove E and U and write an. Now when you write an is an abbreviated form that contains A, E, U, N. You have 4 sounds, A, E, U, N, but you don't need to transcribe or write all these 4 sounds. You can just do away with the 2 sounds An. So when you say An, this is an abbreviated form of the 4 sounds A, E, U, N. So rather than saying all the 4 sounds A, E, U, N, you can just say An, and anybody who understands Sanskrit grammar will understand that you mean A, E, U, N. But be careful. At the end of each group, you will see that there is a consonant. Ana, ka, nga, cha, ta, na, ma, ya, kha, sha, wa, ya, ra, la. We will not count these consonants as we formulate the abbreviated formula. For example, when we write An, we call this in Sanskrit pratyahar. Pratyahar means a method of abbreviating letters. Pratyahar means a method or technique of abbreviating words, abbreviating letters or sounds, abbreviation, like you make it shorter. So when you abbreviate the 4 sounds a, e, u, na, you create this formula an, where you take the first vowel sound a and last consonant sound na, and you create an. But be careful that though I am writing na here for the sake of understanding, but actually we do not write it here. We don't write it, let's erase it. So on a phrase, we have A from formula 1, E from formula 1, U from formula 1. We don't write the last consonant here. We write here, but we don't write it here. That means A contains the vowel sound A, the vowel sound E, and the vowel sound U. But we don't talk about the consonant na. So this is called an pratyaya, P-R-A-T-Y-A-Y, and pratyaya means a formula. In the same way, you have ak pratyaya. Now look, in ak the first sound is vowel A from group 1, then you take E from group 1, then you take U from group 1, you omit na because this is consonant, we won't take right now, and then you take Re from group 2, then you take Re from group 3, and you reach at Ka and you stop there. So ak means from A in the first group to Ka in the second group, and though in the formula you write Ka, but when you count the vowels that it contains, or I mean the letters that it contains, you don't count Ka. So you have A, E, U, Re, Re. In total 5 sounds you have in ak formula. So ak pratyay or the noun ak contains these 5 sounds A, E, U, Re, Re. In the same way, if you go to ang pratyay or ang noun, then you begin with A in group 1, then E in group 1, U in group 1, you omit na, then Re from group 2, Re from group 2, omit Ka, then A from group 3, O from group 3, and you arrive at Nga, Ang. So from A in group 1 to Nga in group 3, and you write Nga here, but you don't count that here. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. You have 7 sounds in this formula or in this noun ang. In the same way you go to ach. Now you begin with A in group 1, then E from group 1, U from group 1, you omit na, then Re from group 2, Re from group 2, you omit Ka, then A from group 3, O from group 3, you omit Nga, then I from group 4, Au from group 4, and you omit Cha. Here you write Cha, begin with A and end with Cha, and whatever sounds are between A and Cha, you note them down, omitting the last sound of each group. Remember I said you omit the last sound of each group. You omitted Na, you omitted Ka, you omitted Nga, and then you omitted Cha here. But you write Cha only here to make the formula. Ach. So ach means A, E, U, Re, Re, A, O, I, Au. And please understand, this is very, very important, because these are the 9 basic vowel sounds of Sanskrit language. If someone asks you what are the basic vowel sounds of Sanskrit language, then just tell the ach formula or ach pratyay, which contains the vowel sound A, E, U, Re. We don't have this Re in English. Re. We don't have this Re in English. A, O, I, Au. These are the 9 basic vowel sounds in Sanskrit, but we can derive more than 100, or I think it's more than about 135 vowel sounds in Sanskrit by combining these basic vowel sounds. Okay, now we move to At Pratyay or the At formula or At Sutra. So you begin with A in group 1 and include A from group 1, E from group 1, U from group 1. Omit Ra. Re from group 2, Re from group 2, omit Ka. A from group 3, O from group 3, omit Nga. I from group 4, O from group 4, omit Cha. Ha from group 5, Ya from group 5, Wa from group 5, omit Ta. Now from A till Ta, At. Now this At formula includes how many letters or sounds? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 in total. You can go on making formulas like this, and Panini makes 42 foundational formulas like this, from which you can create other words. This grammar is all about word formation and understanding the meanings of the words. So now we come to Hal formula. Now, up until now, we were in group 1, group 2, group 3, group 4. So, from group 1 to group 4, you get all the vowel sounds like Ach, you can see. Up to group 4, you get all the basic vowel sounds. From group 5, you get the consonants. For example, in Hal formula, you have Ha, that is the first sound of group 5, and you have the La, that is the last sound of group 14. So let's count. Ha from group 5, Ya from group 5, Wa from group 5, Ra from group 5, and you omit Ta because you don't include the last of each group. Then La from group 6, La, you omit this last sound. Then Ya from group 7, Ma from group 7, Nga from group 7, Ra from group 7, Na from group 7, and you omit Ma. Then Ja from group 8, Va from group 8, and you omit Ya. Then Gha from group 9, Dha from group 9, Dha from group 9, and you omit Sa. We also pronounce it Ka. Then Ja from group 10, Ba from group 10, Ga from group 10, Da from group 10, Da from group 10, and you omit Sha. Then you have Kha from group 11, Fa from group 11, Cha from group 11, Tha from group 11. I just had forgotten, right? Here it is. Tha from group 11, Cha from group 11, Ta from group 11, Ta from group 11, and you omit the last Wa. Then you go to group 12. Ka from group 12, Pa from group 12, you omit Ya. Group 13, Sha from group 13, Kha from group 13, Sa from group 13, you omit Ra. Then Ha from group 14, and you omit La. Thus, you omitted Ra from group 1, Ka from group 2, Nga from group 3, Cha from group 4, Ta from group 5, Ra from group 6, Ma from group 7, Ya from group 8, Kha from group 9, Sha from group 10, Wa from group 11, Ya from group 12, Ra from group 13, and La from group 14. You omitted Ra, Ka, Nga, Cha, Ta, Ra, Ma, Ya, Sa, Kha, Sha, Wa, Ya, Ra, La. Now you have all the consonants of English language. Just a minute, let me confirm one thing here. I'm slightly confused about one information. Just a minute. I need to check my laptop, and just a minute. A second. So let me. Okay, so let's count the number of consonants we got from these 14 groups. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34. In total, we have 34 consonants. Let me write here. I had written 33. So you get the basic consonant sounds from these 14 formula, from these 14 sutra. So the purpose of these sutras is to help you to form words, derive words, and the purpose of these 14 formulas is also to provide the vowel sounds of the language, and the purpose of these 14 formulas is also to provide you with the consonant sounds of the language. Another important thing is that when you pronounce a consonant, you cannot pronounce a consonant without the help of a vowel. For example, when you say ha, there is a. When you say ya, there is a. When you say wa, there is a. When you say ra, there is already a. Every basic consonant has that a sound. When you say in English like cup, ka has a. So this a is known as akara, and that is called adyaswara, the first sound that was created by God. We will know more in the further series about this akara sound. So all these consonants contain the vowel, basic vowel a. We have a formula here. Hakaradishu akara uchcharanartha. That means we use the vowel a with these consonants for the sake of helping pronunciation, because we cannot pronounce these consonants without using the vowel with them. Then let me explain this in Sanskrit and English. Pratyariyante sanchipyante vana yatra sa pratyahara. The formula or method that helps you to abbreviate the letters, that is called pratyahar. Esam antya itaha. It means esam antyaha. At the end of each of these 14 formulas, you have consonants like ana, ka, nga, cha, ta, na, ma, ya, kha, sha, wa, ya, ra, la. You do not count these 14 sounds here. You take them and you use them separately, like na, ka, nga, cha, ta, na, ma, ya, kha, sha, wa, ya, ra, la, to make another kind of nouns that is called it sanya. We make another kind of noun with the help of these halantya. We call them halantya because we don't pronounce fully. Ana. We don't say ana. We say ana, ka, nga, cha, ta, ana, ma, ya, ka, sha, wa, ya, ra, la. And we give this kind of sign, a slanting line just below the letter to indicate that we are not pronouncing it fully. And we call that in Sanskrit as Halantya. And now there is an interesting story about how these 14 groups of the sounds, or how these 14 formulas were obtained. It's a mythological story. Let me read a sloka in Sanskrit. Nrittavasane nataraja rajo nanada dhakkam navapanchavaram uddhartu kama sanakadi siddhan etad vimarse shiva sutra jalam. According to a mythological tale, once upon a time, long ago, there were 4 sages named Sanak, Sanandan, Sanatan, Sanatkurmar, and there was a grammatologist Panini. All these people sat down under a tree and started their deep meditation to to have a look of the God, to meet God, to please God. And they were doing penance for Lord Shiva, and Lord Shiva became happy with their penance and decided to appear in front of them. And when Lord Shiva appeared in front of them, he was having a cosmic dance. We call that cosmic dance in Sanskrit as Tandava Nritya. Have you seen the statue or idol of Lord Shiva, in which he lifts his right leg and puts his heels on the left thighs, and he is in a dancing posture with a round circle at the back? So he appeared in that dancing pose in front of these people who were doing penance for the God. And toward the end of his cosmic dance, he played his tabor-like instrument. He had an instrument that contains, that looks like an hourglass shape, as I drew here. And if you play, it makes a sound. So Lord Shiva played that instrument we call dhakka in Sanskrit, or damaru in Hindi. And he played it 14 times, 9 plus 5 times. And from these 14 beatings of the tabor-like instrument, these 14 groups of sounds were heard by these people. And Panini later interpreted these 14 sounds, and he developed the whole grammar of Sanskrit language. So these 14 sounds have two kinds of interpretations. One is spiritual interpretation. I will make other videos on that. And another is linguistic interpretation. So Panini developed linguistic interpretation of these 14 groups of sounds, and he developed 14 formulas, around 4,000 formulas called Ashtadhyayi Sutra Path. He developed something called Dhatu Path, Gana Path, Linganushasana, and more grammar of Sanskrit language. Whereas Sanak, Sanandan, and Sanatan and Sanatkurmar, these 4 sages got spiritual knowledge about the creation of this universe from these 14 formula. So I will make further videos where you will see how the whole universe was created, or how these 14 formulas explain the theory of creation. That is called spiritual interpretation of the 14 groups of sounds. And so these sounds were interpreted in 2 ways, for spiritual meaning and for linguistic meaning. And there is someone known as Nandikeshwar. He was a scholar, and Nandikeshwar made the spiritual interpretation for these sages, and they came to understand the spirituality through these 14 groups of sounds. And Panini came to develop the immense grammar of Sanskrit language from these sounds. So I hope I have tried my best to make you understand the first lesson in Sanskrit language. If you are planning to study Sanskrit, if you are interested in Sanskrit, this is where you should start. You should first understand these 14 groups of sounds. You should know what these Maheshwor Sutras are. We call them Maheshwor Sutra. Maheshwar is the name of Lord Shiva. Sutra means conceits or aphorisms or formula, or let's say, I don't know how to express in English because I'm not an English speaker. But what I mean is that it is from these 14 groups of these sounds that the whole Sanskrit grammar develops. And it is through these 14 groups of sounds that Panini develops the whole grammar that helps us understand the meaning of each word in Sanskrit. Thank you for watching. Thank you for giving your precious time. Please do leave comments if you have any questions. I'd like to respond to them. Thank you.